TurnItIn is a subscription service offered by Northwest College that is designed to help instructors grade essays. It has three main components. First, it has an originality check for papers. Second, it allows instructors to easily grade papers on the computer. And third, it enables students to edit each other's papers. This tutorial will discuss how to use these three tools, as well as how to incorporate TurnItIn into classes. Before we go into how to access TurnItIn, I'll explain TurnItIn's three main features: Originality Check, Grademark, and Peermark. We'll start with the Originality Check. The Originality function runs the paper through an enormous database of student papers, publications, and websites to find matches. The percent next to the paper indicates how much of the paper has been used elsewhere. These matches appear numbered and highlighted on the paper with the match overview on the right. Some of you might know this as a plagiarism checker, but that's not quite accurate. TurnItIn highlights all source material unless told otherwise. This means that it will highlight properly cited quotes and bibliography material in addition to word-for-word plagiarism. To narrow the matches, click on the funnel icon in the lower right to add a filter and adjust settings. Here, you can generate a new report that excludes quotes, excludes the bibliography, or sets a minimum match requirement. You can also set this up when you create the assignment. This example is set to show all matches, cited or otherwise. Most are cited correctly, but as I scroll to the fourth page, I see a highlighted section with no in-text citation. I can click on the number to view the source, which also gives me the option to view the original website. One note: you cannot access other student papers without permission. When TurnItIn matches to a different student paper, chances are that other paper also used the same sources. Now let's cover Grademark, which is an online grading and editing tool. In Grademark, you can add commonly used quick marks or create your own. Choose the quick mark and drag it over to the paper. You can also click on the text to add a note. There are more marks in the drop-down menu in the upper left of this box. The lower right of this box also has options for you. You can leave a general comment on the paper, view all the marks and comments you've made in a list, and you can even make a rubric or use a preloaded one. TurnItIn also offers Peermark, which is an online peer editing tool. Peermark allows students to get peer feedback on assignments. To use this function, you must have set up the assignment to include Peermark. In Peermark, you can set up the assignment with information like due dates, points, and other settings. You can also create questions for students or choose from preloaded ones. And you can control the distribution settings. So TurnItIn can really make grading papers and checking plagiarism easier. Now let's go over how to access TurnItIn. You can find TurnItIn two ways. First, from your class's Moodle page, or from the TurnItIn website. This tutorial will only cover using TurnItIn through Moodle because it is the simplest way to access and use TurnItIn. However, if you wish to use TurnItIn through their website, contact Dustin Dix to set up your account. Every class at Northwest College is automatically set up with a Moodle page. We recommend that instructors use TurnItIn from a Moodle class because it is easier for the instructor and easier for the students. Moodle automatically enrolls students in the class, and students have direct access to the TurnItIn assignment. Additionally, TurnItIn links directly to the Moodle gradebook. To create a TurnItIn assignment, start from your Moodle course. Scroll down to the Administration block on the left and choose Turn Editing On. Next, choose the topic or week in which you want your assignment to appear. For this example, I'm going to put my TurnItIn assignment in the background topic. At the bottom of the topic or week, click on Add an Activity or Resource. A dialog box will pop up with different activities for you to add. Find the TurnItIn Assignment 2 and click the radio button. Choose Add. All boxes with a red asterisk are required entries. You can leave submission type and assignment part name to the default entries, or you can edit them to your preference. I like to let students see their originality reports, so I changed Display Originality Reports to Students to Yes. The start date is when your students will be able to upload their assignment to TurnItIn. The due date is the cutoff date and time for submissions. Finally, the post date is when TurnItIn will post grades to the gradebook. You have a few other options during setup that might be useful for you. In the Originality Report Options section, you can choose to allow late submissions. You can also choose when TurnItIn will generate the Originality Report under the report generation speed. I like to use the second option, Generate Reports Immediately, resubmissions are allowed until due date. This lets students upload papers, check their originality reports, and make corrections if necessary. If you do not want that, leave the report generation speed on default. Keep everything else in this area on the default setting. Under the next section, Grademark Options, you can choose to upload a rubric. TurnItIn has pre-loaded rubrics, or you can create your own. Finally, under Common Modules settings, make sure the visibility is set to Show. Click Save and Display to check out your new TurnItIn assignment. You can edit the whole assignment by clicking on the Update this TurnItIn Assignment 2 button in the upper right, or you can edit parts of the assignment by clicking on the pencil icons. Uploaded papers will appear next to the student's name along with the submission time, similarity percent, and grade. You'll also have the option to download the paper as a file. To view the originality reports, use Grademark or access Peermark for a paper, simply click on the submission title. A new window will pop up with the TurnItIn document viewer. Before we finish, here's one last tip about using TurnItIn with Moodle. You need to make sure your Moodle class is visible to students. Unless you're teaching a Moodle course online, you'll need to manually turn on your course's visibility so that students can see the course on their NWC portal. To turn on visibility, start from your course's homepage. In the Administrations block on the left, choose Edit Settings. Change the Visible drop-down menu to Show. Finally, click Save Changes. Now your course is available to students. So we've gone over what TurnItIn does, how to set up a TurnItIn assignment in Moodle, and how to access student papers. This is a great resource for instructors to use. If you have questions about the program or need help troubleshooting, contact Dustin Dix. Thanks for watching and happy grading!